Dobro Utro,
Dobre den.
and welcome back to our little Bulgarian adventure.
Well, what's happened this week, Hun?
Well, we started the week getting over our jabs, which we're all glad to hear we had no real bad side effects from. We did have a sore arm.
Yes, for about 24 hours.
But no, and a bit tired. Felt a bit tired on Saturday, but that could just be the stress of the Friday.
Very possibly.
So, but other than that, everything was fine.
Yeah.
We had no chills or aches or anything,
No.
did we? No need for painkillers or anything else like that. So I think we got away with that one quite lightly.
We did. Round 2's now in a fortnight's time. I can barely wait.
Yes, that'll be fun. I'm sure they'll remember him.
Sure they will. So what's happened this week, Hun?
Well, it's been a bit of a history week.
It has.
Here in Bulgaria. On June the 2nd, which is the day known as the Day of Botov, we had sirens going off at midday.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit like Remembrance Day in the UK. They have 2 minute silence.
Where everything stopped, well, apart from the trains, apparently.
Yes.
Traffic
cars
stops, people stop.
Everything grinds to a hat standstill for 2 minutes, where they remember the freedom fighters.
Yes.
And in particular Botov, who
Yeah.
died in 1876
1876, yes.
in a battle fighting for...
Freedom from the Ottoman Empire, I believe.
That was the one. And also, linking into that, the year before, in 1875...
was the death of Ilarion Makariopolsky.
Who was our village is named after.
Yes, he was a cleric who fought for independence of the Bulgarian Church, I believe.
Yeah, so there was quite a lot of fighting for independence going on back in the late 1800s.
Yes.
So yes, lots of history abounding in the village this week.
Yes. In terms of other stuff, we've been doing more jobs. We're currently in a bit of an impasse because we need materials to start doing the rebuilding. There are still some jobs that we can do with the stuff we have here. And
yeah, our search for a car is ongoing.
yes, we're not quite there yet, but hopefully as soon as we get one, we can go around and order materials.
Yeah, trying to source them from the different areas. We know roughly where we're going now, so it shouldn't take too long.
So we're a step closer. But this week we found jobs to do. And one of the main jobs we did was sorting out one of the loft areas. We've noticed we're in the middle of our rainy season at the moment, and we've noticed we have a few leaks.
Not many, in fact.
Not many.
And only small.
But we needed to find out where they were coming from and what was causing them. And the easiest way to do that is from actually inside. That way, any damaged tiles you can see daylight through. The problem was, it was rather messy up there. So this is what we did about it. With a bit of a downturn in the weather, it's time to do one of those jobs I've been putting off for a while. We showed you upstairs in our lofts a few months ago. Since then, we haven't really done much up here, but it needs tidying up, it needs cleaning up. There are some roof tiles that need changing, which we may be able to do from inside the loft, but before I do any of that, it's time to clean up. Here's part of the problem. There's probably about 60 years worth of cobwebs up here. They all need to be cleaned up, sorted out. There's a huge accumulation of old walnut shells. Stuff like that needs to come out as well. Bits of cardboard, bits of plastic, they're all coming away. Another issue is we have lots of nails driven into the rafters. These had strings or wires tied to them for drying out things like walnuts or tobacco. But I don't need them in there anymore. And I keep catching my gloves on them, so they're coming out as well. We also have things like this trug, which we're finding up here. They're all going to be taken downstairs. Empty boxes are going to be cleared out. And just generally tidy the place up. Once we've managed that, tiles like this will be replaced. You can see this is broken completely through. I may be able to replace this from inside, I'll have to have a look. But there are various tiles that need replacing. Here's another, and the sooner we replace tiles like this, the sooner our roof will be a bit more watertight. First things first, we need to get the boxes, the chests, all the bits and pieces up here that don't belong here, downstairs. Finally, we've cleared all the rubbish out of the loft. There was quite a lot of it, but it now clearly shows the floor and how the floor is constructed and how the beams are. All I'm going to do now is take out all these nails out of the beams. So this is how the floor was done. You've got the joist here running that way, you've got the joist here running that way. In between is mud, the same mud as I use for the mud brick. You can see the bits of straw in it. Over there we have one of the large beams that runs the length of the downstairs room. You can see how the roofs were made. The beams are any wood that they had available, then battens across, and then the tile straight on. There's no underfelt, there's no insulation, which is why in some areas you can probably see the sky. You certainly can in other areas of the attic here. Then we're ready to replace some of the tiles. Whether that's going to be today, I don't know. Yes, having done that in one of our loft areas, I now have to do that in the other. But I would highly recommend anybody who has a 60-year-old loft like we have, or if they're moving into a house or whatever, do the job. It's not nice, it's very dirty, it's very dusty, but it does enable you to see the state of the timbers, the state of the roof. Yes, it's a job that I think everybody should do, really. One other thing that has come out of the loft is the chest. It's a mystery chest, and I've been asked by various people, mainly my daughters, what's in the chest, what's in the box, what's in there? Well, now we're going to show you.
We happy? Adam? We happy?
We're happy. Okay, so maybe that wasn't quite telling you what was in the box. Maybe this will help. We're now at the stage where we're ready to clear the stuff out of the roof space here. You may remember this chest from before. It's finally time to find out what's in it. Let's have a look. Open the lid up. Step back a bit. Oh. Ah. Okay. Rather disappointingly, there's nothing in it. And there it is. Disappointingly empty.
So yeah, it was empty. Had been lived in by mice, I feel, at some point.
Yep. But empty, a few bits of paper and some droppings.
Yeah. But I think we can restore it.
Lynn has a project to do.
I have a project. And it'll make a lovely blanket box.
Yeah. So as previously mentioned, we're in our kind of rainy period. The two wettest months are May and June over here. But they're also quite warm months, which has quite an effect on the garden.
Yeah, we have had, this week has been our rainiest week so
has.
far. We've had a couple of cloudy, overcast days and a bit of rain. Not thunderstorm rain,
No.
but enough rain every day.
Yes, we've had grey days.
Days with no sunshine. It's unbelievable.
We understand in the UK you've had our sunshine.
Yeah, I would like it back. But we have got sun today again.
Yeah.
And the rain is well needed by the garden.
Absolutely.
So we've now got lovely strawberries, which are really sweet. Got more flowers that have come out, some irises and some other bits and bobs that are floating around.
Yeah. Veg-wise, the peas, the carrots, the beetroot,
radishes, lettuce, beans.
They're all kind of getting quite lively. We found hops.
Adam's found hops. Which
I think I
very
found
happy
hops.
over. Yeah, we found some very interesting plants.
We have. So yeah, it's all coming to life and just growing at a ridiculous rate.
Which we can barely keep on top of, but we are managing just.
Yeah. We're pretty much getting the woodland back under control again.
Yeah, we bought a little manual lawnmower
Yeah.
to do the. We were chatting to Mike, and he said he preferred it for the paths and things. And bearing in mind the rate we seem to get through petrol in the Strimmer, we thought it might be an idea just so we can always keep the paths clear, even if we've run out of petrol.
Which we almost have again.
So we bought one of those, and that works really well, and it's good exercise.
Yeah. There's a lot of jobs that seem to be good exercise.
We could definitely getting fitter.
Definitely. Yeah.
Well, that's about it, isn't it?
That
That's
is.
this week.
that's where we are. Hopefully next week we'll have an update on a car. You never know.
You never know.
We may get out and about once we've got one of those.
I feel much more confident on the bus now. Now I know they're going in the morning. There was something about going into Tarkavishti at lunchtime.
Yeah.
Now I can go on the morning bus like we did last week. It's not so bad.
Yeah. And that way you're not in there till 5 o'clock and coming home in rush hour.
Yeah. And also we know the sub buses are bigger
They are.
rather than the little one we were on. So yeah, I feel happier about the bus situation.
So, until next week,
Doskoro.
Doskoro.
Stay safe. Keep well.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. So, hun, what's happened this week?
Okay. No, 19th century, 1800s.
1800s, 19. I'm wrong again. Yes, he was shot by a sharpshooter,
An Ottoman sharpshooter.
an Ottoman sharpshooter. Right. But it did also lead on to one other thing, which has been Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Okay.
Something or other.
No, just something or other.